Hey beauty babes, welcome back to my channel. I am Maria, aka Agape Love Girl. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today I have a update on the Skin Regime's One for All peel. Now if you have not watched the first video on that, I will link it in the description box for your convenience, but basically I received the Skin Regime Bootcamp for Beautiful Skin book to read to learn about my skin and to learn about the Skin Regime's like Bootcamp for Beautiful Skin, and then also their One for All peel. It came with a sample size of the peel, and so I was able to do that, and I said I was going to update you guys after continuing with the peel. And then I was contacted by Dana Ramos, the author of the Skin Regime, to receive a full size of the One for All peel so that I could even further continue the Skin Regime, or the Skin Regime Bootcamp, to let you guys know my full results after doing the full 6 to 8 week boot camp. And so here is the update finally. I want to show you the bottle. I accidentally cracked the lid, so I have it at the actual chemical peel in another glass container, but I just wanted to show you guys that I did have the full size here. And so I didn't want to forget anything about this update for you guys. So I did write down a few notes of things that I wanted to be sure to remember to tell you guys, and hopefully I don't forget anything, but I believe I'm actually going to also post this video as well as pictures on my blog today as well, and I'll have the direct link to that in the description box if you're watching this specifically on YouTube for you to check out. So just in case I did forget anything, or you know, I could add it there, but also mainly to have the still photos for you to look at up close and pin to your Pinterest boards if you would like. So again, if you have not seen my first review, which is mostly a review of the book in general, and then my thoughts of the chemical peel, like first impressions of the chemical peel, please check out that video first so you know kind of what I'm talking about. This is just going to be an update video letting you know the results of the Skin Regime's boot camp and what I think. So okay, so I think when if I'm remembering correctly, I had done 2 or was on my 3rd chemical peel when I recorded my last video, and so I have done since then 6 of the chemical peels in total. And I do think, because you could do it for 6 to 8 weeks and even skip some weeks in between, and I do think as of right now I might do 1 or 2 more chemical peels, because that'll be the 8. If I haven't quite decided yet, but I did want to get this video up because I do have some results to share with you. But I want to talk to you a little bit more about the actual chemical peel itself. Like as I said in my first video, when I did the chemical peel, I only did 2 layers, and with this chemical peel you can actually, it's layerable, so you can apply it once with a cotton swab, and then if you go over it again, then that's another layer, and then again is another layer. I had only done 2 just to test the waters on my skin, as she suggests in the book. And I did go up to 4 because I've mentioned that my skin is not too sensitive and I can handle the sensation, like the burning sensation. And I can tell you that with 4 layers, it really does get intense. It wasn't to where I couldn't handle it, but I was like, whoa, it wasn't like anything I had ever experienced before. Definitely gets very hot. I don't feel like my face is on fire or anything, but it's pretty intense. So if you do have sensitive skin and want to try this, I would definitely recommend sticking to the 1 or 2 layers until you feel comfortable enough to build it up more if you feel the need to. I kind of like the way it felt, so anyways, you guys kind of know that about me. So I from then on out, I pretty much stuck to 3 or 4 layers every time I did the chemical peel. And with that, there definitely was, as I progressed on in the boot camp, a lot more peeling. I think I mentioned in my first video there was just slight peeling, nothing crazy, but I did end up getting a lot more peeling as the time went on. It wasn't awful or anything. It was, you know, when I washed my face with a washcloth, I was able to, you know, scrub a lot of the, or exfoliate a lot of the dry patches off, and then also with using the lotion and everything, it was pretty easy to keep my skin not looking, you know, scaly or anything. awful, but yeah, there are, you know, there were some times of a little bit of dry patchiness, peeling skin and all that kind of stuff, so that's something to note. But Dana does talk about that in the book, so obviously if you're going to do this, you definitely need to read the book first. And let's see, my overall thought of just using the peel, I will get to like my results and my thoughts of my results in a few minutes, but I love the way my skin felt after each peel. Literally, like, what this peel is supposed to be doing is bringing your skin back, like, to, you know, more youthful skin, to new skin, so you're getting kind of like baby new skin again. You know, it's trying to take away all the damage and years of sun exposure and everything we do to our skin. And I definitely do feel like I wrote this down, let me just read. Overall, after every use, my skin just felt softer and softer. I couldn't help but keep touching my skin, which I did every time. I'd just sit there and like feel my skin in awe. I couldn't help but keep touching my skin and thinking it felt like baby skin. It really did. Like, I felt like I was touching my babies when they were still babies, you know, and even now they still have beautiful soft skin, but I just was like, this is my skin. It feels amazing. It feels so soft, and especially like right after, the night after and the morning after having done the peel, it just felt so good. And for days after even, and now, like, my skin just feels super soft, super smooth. It feels amazing. It really is like getting brand new baby skin again. So there is that. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about is I learned in the book that about something called melasma, and I hope I'm saying that right. It's melasma, and that is melasma is patches of dark skin that appear on areas of the face that are exposed to the sun. So for me, as most of you guys know, I have mentioned before, you know, growing up, I never really put on sunscreen. I was always out in the sun. I love sunbathing. I love sun tanning, like naturally out in the sun without sunscreen, because the fact that I'm Mexican and I don't ever burn. You know, and just because you don't burn does not mean we do not protect our skin. I'm learning this now, you know, and trying to help my skin now as I'm getting as I'm getting older. But you know, for years and years I never wore sunscreen because I didn't burn. I thought, I don't need sunscreen, but obviously we do. We definitely do. And so what I'm getting at is melasma, the patches of dark skin. I actually had those, and I didn't really realize, because they're not like extremely noticeable. Like, some people have really noticeable dark spots on their skin, but I did, and you could see it in my before pictures. I had like a patch here and a small patch here that is darker and uneven with the rest of my skin on my face, and you could see that in the before pictures, which I had posted in the blog post from my original first review. And after taking the after photos, I noticed that they are still there. Those little patches are still there just a little bit, but they have faded tremendously to where they're not really noticeable at all. And I'm only really bummed at these pictures, which I'll put them on here for you guys to see. I'll probably insert them sometime as I'm talking to you to see the before and afters, and then also you can see them on my blog, is that it's so hard to take before and after pictures because the lighting's different, and so the lighting does look different, and I think that affects the way you see my skin, and so that's kind of a bummer because I feel like you can't get a real true before and after shot, but I mean, you get the gist of the before and after. So basically you're seeing my skin before and after. Before, how I had these dark spots. That's the most noticeable thing, aside from the softness of my face, that I think helped. It took away those dark spots that I've had for years and years, and they were light, not that noticeable, but now seeing the before and after, like how much they have diminished, like it's so, like, it's amazing to me. So that was the biggest thing I think I noticed. And let me just check out my notes here so I'm making sure I'm not forgetting anything. So yeah, the dark spots, that was the first thing on the list. They're pretty much almost gone, and like I said, I think I'm going to try to do 2 more peels before finishing up completely, to see if that helps diminish them even more. So they have pretty much almost disappeared. My skin overall looks very much so youthful, at least I think so. You know, I am getting older. I just turned 30. I have these little wrinkles up here that are the most noticeable thing about me aging, and but even still, my skin just feels so soft. Like I said, the most thing is just my skin is so soft. I also wrote down, I've got this natural flush of color to my cheeks, and I'm guessing, I mean, I don't remember having that really before, and I just feel like since I've done this, I noticed that when I'm not wearing makeup, my skin, like, it just has this nice natural flush of color to my face. So I think you could see it in the photos. I'm not sure because the lighting is so different, but there's just like a natural flush of like pinkness in my cheeks, which you can tell. And I'm not wearing any makeup in any of these before and after pictures. Not that I don't think you would think I am, because my face is not like, you know, amazing or anything. I still have my dark circles and all that, but there is just this like nice natural flushness to my skin. It just looks kind of glowing, and I think that even in itself makes my skin appear more youthful. And then the last thing that I wanted to mention is that overall, since using this, I have just felt more confident in walking around without any makeup on. And I know I've mentioned this before, that I have kind of gotten over like having to wear makeup. I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, I don't feel like I need to impress everybody and always wear makeup. Like, that's not me anymore. I've kind of gotten over that huge insecurity that I cannot go anywhere without makeup on. That's not to say that I don't feel, I still feel comfortable without makeup. You know, it's still a little bit uncomfortable for me, and I always feel like a tinge of, man, I wish I was wearing something to make myself look better. And since doing this boot camp, I really feel like I've been walking around without makeup a lot more confidently. And I mean, I don't know what else to say except for that. Like, I just feel like my skin looks amazing. It feels so smooth, and I'm not as like worried about what people think of my face anymore without makeup, you know, as much as I have been in the past, or even like just comfortability wise. I'm just more confident, I feel like, in my bare face. Of course, I'm still gonna want to wear makeup because I love doing eye looks mostly, but with that being said, I actually have been wearing a lot less makeup now. Obviously in my videos I mentioned like my 5x fall, that I am trying to use up my foundation, but before doing that 5x fall challenge, I was actually not wearing any foundation at all for a while. Pretty much most of this, you know, this last month, I was just wearing sunscreen and then concealer because my eyes, and you know, the dark circles on my eyes. But as for foundation, I wasn't wearing anything, and then I was lightly doing some bronzer and blush, just a touch, so much less than I had been previously to doing this boot camp and this One for All chemical peel. So I just feel like I really do feel like I don't need it as much, and I don't know, that's just that. I mean, I'm probably still going to wear a little bit of foundation. I'm still going to be doing that because as a beauty blogger, we try different stuff and we use it and have reviews to share and stuff like that. So I still probably will be wearing foundation every once in a while, or for looks and stuff like that. But as for feeling like I need it, I don't feel like it is a necessity for me anymore. And so that's like a really, really huge thing that I am kind of excited about. And I think that if you are like me and were insecure about being you know, in a bare face, like that, if you have problems like dark spots and, you know, acne spots, like scars. I had a few acne scars, actually a little bit, that are pretty much gone too. They weren't as noticeable in the photos, so that's why I didn't really mention them, but I can tell in person. And you know, it really just changed my skin, and now I'm even more cautious about what, you know, like I have mentioned, I'm trying to do better putting sunscreen on and stuff like that, but I make sure I do it every day. I always have my sunscreen on my face, especially in, you know, everywhere. So anyways, that's my review. I will probably have more on the blog, and you look for the photos, but I also want to leave you with the prices for you if you were interested in purchasing these, and I will have the links to where you can purchase them in the description box as well as on my blog. So just want to let you know that the sample size of the One for All peel, which is good for up to 4 chemical peels, is $20. Now I'm not sure if you could still get it to where you can buy the book and then it comes with a free sample of the chemical peel. I think you can get that on Amazon, and I'll have to check on the price because I forgot to do that, because I think on Amazon you could get the book and a free sample of the chemical peel. But if you're just buying the chemical peel by itself, the sample, it's $20 and it's good for up to 4 peels. So if you want to get the full size, which is like this size right here, that is $50 and it is good for up to 40 peels. I wrote this down, I didn't want to forget. And so what I was thinking, if you were going to get the full size, and that is quite a bit because you obviously don't need 40 peels, is that if you and a good friend or a couple friends want to go in on the money, you could even split the cost with a friend, and then you both can do the boot camp, and there's that. So, and then the other thing I want to mention, they do have several options, or a couple options for a value pack, but I wrote down this one because I thought it was the best value pack, because the other stuff you can get yourself or at the drugstore. It's available, and she talks about that in the book. So anyways, that was value pack number 2, which is currently $65, which you get the book, the full-size peel, a peel prep for your face, and then a bag to put it all in. So I thought that was a really great deal, but definitely check out the site, check out my blog for links and all that, and more information. And I just wanted to leave you with those prices to keep in mind. But definitely, I think, the value pack number 2 is $65, which has the full peel, which is $50 itself, plus the book and the bag and the peel prep. That's a really great price, and again, you could probably split that with a friend too if you guys wanted, and you could read the book and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, that is all for my update. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys found it helpful. I am so thrilled and so thankful to Dana that she decided to send me the full size of the chemical peel to continue this process and to see such a change in my skin and to have such a change in my confidence as well. So I really love doing the Skin Regimes boot camp. I love how simple it is. I love how affordable it is. It's just a really great read, an easy read, and a really great peel. I love what it's done for my skin, and I think you will too. So that is all. I'm gonna end this review. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you found it helpful. So leave your comments and questions below. Let's interact. I'd love to know what you guys think, and if you have any questions, I'd love to answer them for you. So yeah, definitely leave a comment, and I'll see you guys there. Until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye. So let me just look at my notes really quick to see what I said and let you know I'm not going to be tongue-tied today. The sample